Welcome, everyone, to the Freeform podcast. My name is Dallas. Tonight we have Zach, Gabby, and Tim as always, and our special guest, friend of the show, we have Cameron returning for his second ever.
You can
feel
the excitement.
I love how you just none of us did a clap or anything. You just had to do a half-hearted woo.
I'm just letting the peoples know that I'm here.
Yeah, I like that.
The excitement in the air is intense.
It's palpable.
Yeah.
You could cut the
Let them know
tension
what they're ready for.
with a knife. Or the excitement? I don't know. You can cut something with a knife.
The cheese.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Oh. I like that. Flip the metaphor on its head.
Just
That's beautiful.
In case you're not aware,
something
Gabby
very
is super hyped right now.
Gabby's super
I am
high right now.
a living beacon of excitement.
No, wow. Yes. Yes.
I am a
Exclamation point
living
in the sky.
beacon of excitement.
Incredible.
That was so dramatic. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
I just
metaphor.
worked for 11
Yeah.
hours. I'm tired.
Wow. That's incredible. But like I was saying before, guys, I got naked today with my friend.
As opposed to
With your married friend
I
with
was
my
gonna
married
say-
friend.
Oh, I don't think we picked
who has a
that up.
child.
Oh yeah.
Earlier part of it.
That's the point.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I see.
okay.
Married
no.
friend with baby.
You say it like you've already been talking about it, and then everyone listening goes, "Wait, what did I miss?" And you're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, we have given
But Zach ruined the illusion.
away
My
the
bad.
hint on podcasting.
No, that just means you're
Sorry.
lying.
Yeah. See, there's
Secrets
a way.
of podcast.
No,
Lying.
it's a weird way that you bring in people on your inside jokes, so you make them feel like they're here in the room with us, but then at the same time
This
you
is
alienate them
psychological
and make them
warfare.
think they've missed something. It's called being actual friends with
No.
people. I was naked today with my friend, my married friend, and
Not married to you.
no.
I hope your story ends up better than my story that started the same.
Does
Oh wow!
your story starts the same? Oh, okay.
And I
You
well,
can tell it after though.
it's
gonna be
not.
interesting.
It's not how it started. It's in the middle, right? Because any good story is told somewhere in the middle, and then
That's
you
a good spot.
you go forward a little bit, then you add in some backstory, and then you fill in as you go further towards the end. But anyway, he was the one who requested it, and
He requested your nakedness.
he did. He requested I remove. To use his words, my chonies. That's what he said.
Okay.
And I said, "Oh, all right." He requested that.
About
He
skinnies.
stepped out of the room. He gave me some privacy, so I took him off, and then I got under a sheet, and he came back in.
It's
And
like
it was,
surgery.
and then it was just a sheet
Wait,
between us.
I thought you were starting
Yes.
at the middle.
And
This is the beginning.
no, was at the middle. I was naked in a room with my friend. You weren't listening.
No, I
No.
tuned
This
you
is
out.
great storytelling. If you guys,
No, I had just like a full brain jump moment, and so Tim and I were laughing.
Oh, that's what it was.
yeah. See, I'd be a great storyteller if
people
you
listen to
guys
you.
would shut
I
up.
popped my neck, and then my brain was like, "Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies," and now I'm here.
And now I'm here.
That's what I was laughing
Welcome to
at.
how brains work.
Yeah, or don't.
Or
Anyway,
It's evolving.
just back.
It's evolving to Rice Krispies.
that's a sad evolution.
It's
But
better-
anyway,
it's better than yogurt taking over the world.
Yeah,
why would
true.
yogurt take over the world?
That was the first season of Love, Death, and Robots.
yeah.
Yeah, you must not have seen that.
Oh, I did see that one.
Oh.
That one had naked people in it too, huh?
Yeah.
That's a common
Yeah.
theme for them.
Yeah,
True.
nakedness. Yeah, that's true.
That and
But-
flipping people
I
off.
guess the theme for tonight is nakedness.
Yeah, nudity.
When are you
I
naked?
titled the first segment of my notes "Dallas Naked and Afraid." So
I love it.
Whoa, hey,
I love
hey.
it.
I never said I was
Absolutely.
afraid.
Fear must
Love
be
it.
in the later half.
I mean,
I
you were,
never said I was
you were
afraid.
afraid when
We
he
just haven't
started on
gotten
your
to
lower
the fear
back.
yet.
Oh, Tim, you missed a great little moment there. You should have said, "You will be."
Yeah, wasn't the right time. I mean,
But anyway, so
you gotta wait. You gotta wait on the right time for Yoda. It's people who just pull Yoda out and it's just not ready. It's not the time.
it's like
it's not-
cooking.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wait like 900 years. Yeah. So anyway, that happened. But then, I mean, you'd think there would be fear, but I knew what was coming. And while it was painful, going to see him is one of the few times that I can honestly say it hurt so good.
Yeah.
we're just gonna leave it there.
Anyways, Cameron,
It was
what's
great.
your
See, the
to have
longer-
you
see,
here
see,
at-
this
at
is why-
Freeform.
Cameron,
We're
what's your
done.
story?
This is
now.
why.
Oh, no.
See, this is why I'm a
No.
great storyteller because I keep
don't
I
tell
keep
stories.
leaving the cliffhangers. People
No,
are like,
what you
"What
do is
happening?"
everybody's like, "Can you just tell me,
No,
please?"
no, no,
And
no,
you're like,
Gabby,
"No, more
no.
backstory." And I'm
No,
like, "Who's
no.
dying?"
No, Gabby. See, that's just you. Not everyone else says that. That's just you.
Dallas continues his story by telling us what he had for breakfast.
And the
before he went-
voices.
Why was today an important day? Well, it reminds me of what happened last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Gabby just hates good stories. She's like, she just wants
have
the
time.
information. She would
She
love.
doesn't have
A
time.
plus
She doesn't have
B
time.
equals C.
That's why she comes here to waste 2 hours with us.
I mean,
Yes.
Dallas, let's be honest. She probably hears enough stories while she's working.
well, but she chooses to come here. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But you're not paying her.
But she's saying she doesn't have enough time.
You're not paying her to listen to your stories.
I'm saying it's
That's my
worse.
job.
She comes here of her own volition. So how can she claim to not have enough time? That sounds like.
I was trying to get Gabby on the payroll. That's all.
Well, good luck.
Pay me
I'm trying to get
money.
myself on the payroll.
pay me money.
I'm trying to pay myself money.
No. Me first.
Me first. Yeah. Well, I'll work on that. So
It's not like you got to pay her the same amount as you pay yourself.
that's true. But if I'm getting paid technically negative dollars for this, because so far I am the only funding that Freeform has
Just in
received.
case y'all wondering, Dallas
Yeah.
is in the hole.
And yes, and I just purchased the domain on
Yay.
Friday, and I went with, because remember I told you guys how freeform.com was already taken.
Right.
So, and I couldn't get in contact with the person who owns it, even though when you go to that website, it's literally nothing, and it has 2 different links at the top. Says like, click here if you want to purchase, and like,
Lies.
and it just goes to nothing, it goes to untitled pages. So I was like, okay, this is stupid.
Mm.
So I went back
It's a
to
scam put in by the system.
exactly, and so I went back to GoDaddy and I searched for some more available domains. And I found one that I think is even better because of how broad it is. So I thought about just doing freeformpodcast.com because
Right.
that was available. But then I thought, well, maybe that is, cutting it down too far. It's too narrow. Like maybe I need to open it up a little bit. So I ended up going with freeformentertainment.com. So now,
So we're the FFE.
Fefe.
I mean,
Fefe.
yeah, FFE.
Welcome
yeah.
to the Fefe.
Yeah.
That
So,
could be cool. I like that.
yeah.
Like a
So-
lowercase f's and an e.
I was thinking it more like it would be said probably more along the lines of like FF Entertainment, but yeah,
This is
Yeah.
from the future.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
We make
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Very
this is from the future where we make thousands.
Yes.
And we start a TV show.
Yes.
Well, we'd start a vlog first.
No.
A
We should do,
vlog.
We would do
reality
I
sketch
don't want to
show.
be on
Yeah.
camera.
We could do, like,
Okay.
some
It would
real
be
world
sketches. It would be
I
a
feel
vlog.
I
No,
could,
doing a vlog from a podcast is backwards.
Yeah.
well, no, we'd each individually do vlogs of the
No.
podcast.
No.
behind-the-scenes
We would
stuff.
just actually do video of the podcast. That's the next level of a
Next
podcast.
step
Right,
is
but-
just to record it with video.
But then the behind the
I agree.
scenes stuff, where we get more channels of behind the scenes stuff.
okay, I don't think you
Sounds like
Tim,
you don't understand what diversifying actually
Also,
is.
also Tim.
I just want to do behind the
What
scenes
kind of
stuff.
behind the scenes
Yeah.
of a podcast is there?
Dallas's table.
Yeah, like Dallas's table.
Dallas.
Well,
When
if it was in the
when he's
regular
mixing
podcast,
I demand an
Drinks.
aerial view
His
of this
laundry.
living room.
So
That's
that's
true.
So it's going to be the same exact behind the scenes every episode. Or you
That's
just
just
want
Yeah.
video?
Dallas's life.
It's
just
just
Dallas's
Dallas's
life.
life. Yeah.
yeah,
So what you're saying is you just want to follow him around with a camera.
This is just the
That's what
Truman
it sounds
Show.
like.
Yeah.
Do,
Yeah.
do,
This is
do,
weird.
do,
This is the Truman Show now.
Yeah.
I'm really not okay with this.
Dallas is actually already on it. Tim is just in
Yeah.
the bushes half the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
With the camera just recording.
Yeah, for some reason he's just been recording me for
Okay,
years.
Don't look behind that painting of lions.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. Their eyes
Cameron.
might move.
I don't know where that came from.
He
but
was
it felt
cranking
right.
a camera, and I'm like, that doesn't work anymore.
I was
mean,
gonna say
'cause
no
how
one
else would you say
alive
I'm taking
today
a
has
video?
seen
Be
that
like-
type of camera. Like that was just
Yeah, wait,
hilarious that
what?
we still do this as like this means camera, and you're
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
That
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
mean
'cause
camera.
the modern one would be hold your cell phone up, right?
I mean, yeah, or like
But
the classic
that's not
is
a
like
very good
this,
way
like
to-
camcorder. You know, you cup your
Oh, yeah.
hand. That's like a classic.
No,
Yeah.
no. I don't think young people would get that. Like anyone. Under
I'm
the age
saying
of
most
20.
people alive today would understand if you did this. You're like, smile.
Ask
People-
anyone under the age of like 16 now to show you what they think it means of like a phone call. Yep, because they don't do this. They don't do this anymore.
Absolutely weird.
You don't do the thumb and the pinky anymore. It's a flat hand because that's
Oh, because it. Oh
Uh-huh.
wow.
I've never seen anybody do
it
that.
drives me insane.
I haven't either, but I saw.
I mean-
somebody
Wait,
here.
really?
I
That's
didn't-
how they
Uh-huh.
just.
I didn't know young people under the age of 16.
Well, but like
knew what a
even
phone
when
call
you're
was.
holding your
Right.
phone, even when I'm holding my phone though, it's not a
It
flat
doesn't
hand. It's
matter.
a cupped like.
Yeah, but when you held another regular phone, you didn't hold it like this.
It because it looked
That
like
is how I held my
Oh
phone.
yeah.
you're weird.
Classic.
For
You guys
those
didn't
of
hold
you
it. You have
who
a
are
pinky
listening
behind the
and
back
not
of
seeing
the.
it 'cause you can't
Actually,
see
I did hold
anything,
my
he's doing
phone
the
like that a
classic,
couple
you know,
times.
phone symbol.
Like,
Yeah, you could hold a phone. You could
Yeah,
hold
man.
a typical an old
Also,
school
my
telephone.
ultimation-
ultimation is the hang loose symbol.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
and you
Chaka,
shake it,
bro.
baby.
You
Hang-
shake it loose.
Hang loose, grandma. Bye. And then you hang up on her.
Click. That's the other
Wow.
thing the kids don't do is click.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to
Beep.
click.
Yeah.
You don't even need a beep.
Do
Bye.
they swipe? Do they swipe it?
I
Close.
mean, I just hit
It's
the
just
button.
silence.
All
Nothing
around
else.
me are that's how every phone call should end. It's just a playing of that. Anyway, on a less depressing note,
No.
Dog
perhaps
bed.
one day you will all be paid for your participation here, but as of now, no. But like I said, I have started that process, or the perhaps process of that in the future. But
What we really want from you, the fans, is are we entertaining? Just let us know.
The answer is no. Next question.
Gabby,
I
Gabby,
really
you're
wish
not
we
the
had, like, a
fans.
subject.
well, that's the
Like,
thing. You have to be creative enough to think of a subject. See,
I'm
that's
not
why
creative.
I start.
There's no one in my entire life who has ever said you are creative.
Well, you just have to
Yeah.
think of things that have happened to you in the last week or so. So, like, is there anything
Yeah, but then
interesting
people
that
have to
happened
care.
between now and then?
No.
He just looks over dry, just like, I got nothing.
Put my dog down last week.
Oh,
There's a uplifting story.
well, that's
Yeah.
great.
Well, you know, it was really nice. 14-year-old dog.
Jeez.
She was old.
Time to go.
A little bit of an accident. Yeah, she had a seizure, stroke, whatever it was. And,
Right, Chihuahua.
know.
Well,
What kind of dog was she?
old lab mix.
Okay.
Yeah. She was
is that your live with your parents?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
What was her name?
Sassy.
Oh,
Sassy.
Good name.
Yeah.
That is a good
I
name.
Appropriate.
remember Sassy.
When she was a puppy, she was getting belly rubs, fell asleep, and then would like wake up and growl. It was-
Makes sense.
Pretty
Yeah,
sassy.
yeah, I
Nice.
mean thing.
What was the breed?
Lab and
That was-
mix.
Just lab mix. okay.
Neighbor dog was a mix and got into the yard.
Oh,
Got it on with my lab and we got puppies.
nice. So she was a second generation dog for you.
Yeah, yeah. We had
That's
her
cool.
mom and then a litter of puppies. And
That
kept
is
one
pretty
of them.
cool. I've always dreamed of that, of like getting a good dog and then breeding it and then having its offspring. And
Yeah,
So
it was
you
cool.
keep
We
It's
started with labs.
So
and
many
we had a
ways I
yellow
could have taken
lab,
that.
got a
Mhm.
black lab, and then my mom wanted to breed the black lab, so we never got her fixed. And then the idea was a chocolate lab, but neighbor dog got her first. So no chocolate labs, but
Yikes.
a couple cute puppies.
yeah, so you couldn't breed her again after that?
I didn't want to.
Oh,
No,
gotcha.
no.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. They go, "Oh, we'll just breed the dogs," and you're like, "There's a lot more that goes on in with all that than people
You know,
realize."
there's already enough puppies out there. Like,
That's true. I think I said that in a podcast before, where I was just like, "Yeah, there's
I mean,
There's
truth
enough
is
dogs
truth.
and cats in the world to like we could just neuter all of the existing ones and we still would never go out of dogs and cats.
Bob Barker agreed with you.
I mean,
pretty
that's
true.
a very broad statement, but I could agree.
I
with
mean,
the
we could
mentality.
neuter all of the ones that we have, like the
could
ones
do
we
that with
own.
people, and it would be prototypes.
Well, you're bringing up some controversial ideas there.
Well, you
Cameron.
know, podcasts.
That's true. We should get some excitement in here.
Let's get controversial.
We can only talk
No.
about you getting naked so many times.
Well,
True.
I technically haven't even finished the story.
I mean,
I know,
that's
that's
kind of
why
what we've
we're
been
doing
going
this.
for.
Yeah. But someone else said they were naked.
Cameron did.
Cameron.
Cameron was naked,
And you said nothing happened to you, but you said you were naked.
but he said he had the same
With a
start.
friend.
He had the same start as you, so he was naked in a room with a friend.
So what happened? Are you describing it now?
I think that's his opening. It's a pretty strong one.
No, I'm trying to think because
There
that
was
was-
groaning.
that was actually more of like a joking, broad statement. So now I'm trying to think of an actual situation.
So now
Oh.
you're lying.
So you lied.
Lying.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Wait,
cool.
Well, because your statement was you were naked in a room with your married friend.
Yes.
I
So
don't
you've
think
had the
I've
same
been-
experience.
No,
I
I
d-
don't think with a married friend.
Oh.
Unless you count in a work setting in which, you could make a list of that. Like,
So
work
you're
setting
more
is
likely to be naked with a married friend at work?
I worked in an ER.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
That
fit.
doesn't mean that
Why would you
were
more
na-
likely
why
to be
were you
naked?
Oh, sorry, me naked. Yeah, that doesn't fit.
Why were
Yeah.
you
Sorry.
naked in
Cameron,
the
I was
ER
always
if you were
clothed.
working
That was
there?
no. I was a very nice professional.
I get what
I
you're
was gonna
saying.
say-
Because people come in
I was
the
gonna say,
ER.
like,
But
I
also-
don't, I'm
also,
not used
yeah.
to ER attendants getting naked
I was gonna
in
say-
the ER.
Also, how many of your friends
Yeah.
were naked in the ER?
It's
Right.
Hopefully they're in
you'd be
scrubs.
surprised. I had to help one of my classmates get a catheter. That was because he was fucked up one night. It was like 2 a.m. I don't know what they had been doing, but he was tripping on something. And the nurse was like, "Well, we need a urine sample." I was like, I hope you don't remember this.
Wait, why did you have to do
Luckily,
that?
he was high.
Did he?
Because I was like the only male there that was above 200 pounds.
Oh, he's fighting people?
Yeah, he was a big
Oh,
dude.
Oh, gosh.
Just altered
Yeah,
all over the place.
I would assume that anybody who's on some form of brain-altering drugs might get combative.
Mhm.
Or maybe
I mean,
they'd
you can-
enjoy it.
You could just drink too much and smoke the wrong weed, and you could be a total pain in the ass.
Wow. It's good to know. I'll have to try it
But
sometime.
we're only gonna know if you have
Dallas, you don't
alcohol
have
or
to have
weed
drugs for that.
if we get a urine sample. So you're getting a tube in the bladder.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that sounds delightful.
That would be the second instance you could say it hurts so good.
My
It's so good.
my friend works in a prison in Montana and was telling me about an inmate they have that puts batteries down his penis.
Ow.
I almost threw up at lunch. It was
For
For the challenge.
for what?
No, he just gets a
Are
charge.
they
Tim,
D
shut up.
batteries?
I don't know, man. I was cringing. I couldn't picture. I was picturing like
Jeez.
I'm picturing AAA. Like that's what I'm thinking. And that's cringy.
Or better yet, they prefer 9 volts.
I mean, maybe you would hope the guy's just hung to where he barely feels it, but
That is a thing.
That's
I
a
forgot-
weird wish.
I forgot what
that's
it's called.
I mean, because otherwise there's so much trauma, dude.
I mean, it's prison. There's gonna be trauma.
yeah, I don't.
Also, it's a prison in Montana.
Yeah,
Like,
there was some.
it's not just a
I'm
prison.
surprised they
was
have
not
batteries
the
in
only
Montana.
story
There's
made me
that,
wanna cry.
but also it's
Not
Montana.
cry, but gag.
It's not that there's a prison in Montana. It's that there's enough people in Montana to fill a prison in Montana.
Yes, there's only enough people in Montana.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
No, they also just ship other people from other states too.
No, they import prisoners. Oh, okay.
We should do that from
makes-
California.
that makes- dude, we could
That'd be-
export so many.
Yeah,
It'd
that'd be great.
Ship them off to Montana. Nobody will remember them.
Dude, I don't know.
They'll
inmates
never,
in this,
even if they escape, it's
Even if
Montana.
there's
It's not like
nothing.
they're gonna go anywhere.
Cameron, you got any other interesting ER stories for us?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want to hear?
Oh,
What's a story
Yeah.
that
We had a
sticks out in
lady
your
that
mind
came in
that
with
you'll always
chlamydia in her
remember?
eye. She
Wow.
was going to office visits in like Sacramento or San Francisco, not telling her husband or something like that, and was having this discharge in her eye. Comes in, gets tested. Oh yeah, you got chlamydia in your eye.
I'm not gonna ask my question.
Headshot.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we know how that happened. That's horrible.
Yeah.
So then she had to like go and tell her husband.
Yeah.
Or pretend it
or
was something
tell
else.
a few people's.
Or just be like, it was pink eye.
Because I imagine you could get antibiotic drops for that.
I would hope so.
Well, chlamydia is one of the, or was, I don't know if it still is, was one of the leading causes for child blindness. Which
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. So, of all things that you don't want in your eye.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, wait.
Right?
Did I hear that right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so...
Why is that pretty cool?
Yeah, you're saying
Well, I
like
think
they're
it's pretty
born from a
interesting.
mom who like had chlamydia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it messes with the embryo.
That's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I almost regret asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. I have this one. This kind of bigger black lady came in. She'd been hiking down at the west branch of Feather River.
Yeah.
You know, summertime, people are out hiking and all that stuff.
Living's easy. Yeah.
Mhm. She tripped on the catwalk or whatever and broke her leg. And
Ouch.
so they had to go down, get her, bring her back. And we're trying to put a splint on because they need to surgically repair it. And so this is my first time. I wasn't quite training, but I was still new. And so I was in with this, with another tech, and he's showing me how to put this long splint on that goes like back of the thigh, past the toes, and it's basically your whole leg.
Wow.
And so we're wrapping up this lady, and she's got a break just below the knee, and there's three of us in there. We're holding her leg. She's a bigger lady, big leg, and she'll jerk every now and then. And so her knee goes up, jerk, but her foot just kind of hangs down.
Oh no.
I mean, you gotta kind of like pick it up with the jerk and let it down.
gosh.
Oh, it was so great.
Oh,
I'm
that was
guessing-
my first. That was my first fracture like that, and you never forget stuff like that. You can feel the.
I'm just.
Oh
Man.
so
I'm
good.
just guessing the jerking of her leg was pain.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, just
Well,
okay.
and you know,
She wasn't kicking for fun.
I was
no,
just.
she was not.
I was like,
no, there was a song on and she was just kicking to the rhythm.
yeah, trying to tap her
foot.
She was trying to tap her foot, but it was
Yeah.
detached from the rest
And
of her
she's
leg.
like, oh, dang
Yeah.
it. I screwed it
Ouch.
up again.
Oh man,
Oh, my gosh.
I just like the description. Every now and then she'd jerk her leg. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes.
She just likes to party.
She's trying to dance. It's
Yeah.
like,
Everybody dances different. Some people
right.
dance.
I'm not judging.
Some people dance only when their legs are broken.
Right.
I think it's called the stanky leg. Something
Ew.
like that.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
I got a few more.
Yeah. Yeah?
Regale us.
All right.
I mean, I'll keep going if you want, but
Keep going.
oh,
I love hearing interesting things.
Okay, so this nurse asked me one time. He's like, "Hey, I got a patient that needs to go to CT.
Yeah.
Can you take him down for me?" So I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I was still kind of new, but this is my first year, I think. So I get this patient and introduce myself. We get in the gurney and we're wheeling down there. And, you know, some patients you just hit it off with and they're fine. They're nice, small talk. Some you hit it off and the small talk doesn't go very nicely. There's a little bit of awkwardness, but you make it work. And then some people you just kind of click wrong. You're just like, okay, I'm going to get this done with. We're going to tolerate each other, get it, whatever. I'm going to get away from this guy as soon as I can. He was kind of like that. But, I do my job. So I wheel him down to CT and we get in the door. He's hooked up to his IV and I can't touch those. So figure it out. It's kind of a tight spot. He just bolts out of bed, just like sits up, looks at me and says, "I got to shit." Just like, okay.
Oh.
We just got to our CAT scan. You can't shit right here. There's no bathroom.
Right.
And I guess
That
this
seems
guy
like an
really
oversight.
had to.
I feel like you should have a bathroom near a CAT scan.
Well, and this is me being new. There was literally a bathroom right to my right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Just unaware.
Okay.
Just unaware. And
That's
so
unfortunate for him.
I'm just like, we're in CAT scan. This will take 2 minutes. Like, I can't disconnect you. You
Oh
can't
my
go to the
God, I see
bathroom
where
right
this
here.
is going.
And this dude just bolts out of bed and he's just like, fine, okay, I'm just gonna shit in the bed then.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, you just kind of don't know what to do sometimes. It's like,
Because he's about to do.
yeah. So my CT tech comes over And he's like, "Sir, there's a bathroom right here." Unhooks him, just kind of calms the situation down. And he's like, "Don't worry." Taps me on the shoulder. Calls his nurse, and he's like, "Hey, next time you send your little techlet down here, make sure he's got a nice patient." I was like, "Oh, thank you so
techlet.
much."
Techlet. I like that term.
Yeah.
A little techlet. Well, at least someone was on your side. Yeah. And everybody's been there before.
Made some good friends.
Where you're like,
No,
you're
I've never been in a situation
like-
where a guy was going to shit the bed.
no, we've been those people.
That's never been a
We're
situation.
like, I gotta go now.
I've
And you're in a
Nope.
CAT scan. Everyone's been there.
nope.
It's happened.
I had a guy, he shit all over the bed. And he
Nice.
put his gown on the floor in the corner of the room and shit on the gown. And then we go
Is he a
in there.
feral cat? Like
I don't
It
know
sounds
what
like he was
going
making
on.
a
he was trying to make a corner. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
well, this is the crap corner.
We go in, we clean it all up, and I'm just like, "Don't touch us. You sit right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna clean everything. We'll clean you. Don't touch us." And we get him all cleaned up, and he's like, "Will you guys put a gown over there in case I got to take a shit again?" No, there's a bathroom 10 feet away. We will bring you a commode. No,
Yeah. Wait. What?
Like, no.
Maybe that's
Hey, you
maybe
know
that's
what?
how he grew up.
I don't know.
He just might be more comfortable pooping on a gown.
Like,
No, I think it sounds like that's the way he grew up. They just pooped in corners in the house.
well, so the ER was
At least he didn't
really
just do
weird.
it on the floor.
He's
fair.
Well,
he's
he
nice
kind of
enough to
did
put
because it
the-
was, it was
Oh,
everywhere.
never mind.
Jeez.
I mean, but to Zach's point, he was trying to control the situation.
Yeah.
You never
He
knew
thought
if
about it.
somebody was
Yeah.
There was an attempt.
weird. You never knew if they were having some kind of mental episode, some kind of diabetic episode, a UTI for, heaven's sakes. You never knew. You just kind of had to roll with it.
I
It's just
imagine
like,
that's how
let's
the ER
go.
just is.
Mm-hmm. It was
And
great.
let me say, I don't envy you one bit.
That's fair. I get
I don't
it.
want to work in the ER.
No.
Nope. Not even in the remote reaches of my mind do I have a desire to.
I'm kind of amazed that we even have a medical industry.
Why?
I'm amazed that there's people who want to do that stuff.
Dude, it's so fascinating. When
Don't get me wrong.
See, this is why we do, because we have people that go, ew, that's gross, or we have people that go, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
They're not saying that's so cool.
Yeah.
They're saying that's so interesting,
Well,
but it still gets them in there.
I like to think of, I watch science fiction crap probably more than I should. But
Sounds like it.
I think genetics could be really amazing if we knew how to work them. like viruses.
I think we've had people try to work on to figure out how to work genetics.
yeah.
Yeah.
It really worked out for some people.
I mean,
but-
to be fair to them,
To be
though,
fair.
they were to be fair, they were under a false premise that a single quote unquote race of humanity had a superior a chance to be superior,
Sure.
instead of thinking of the whole human race as something to be looked at and improved upon.
Yeah.
No, see, they weren't even dealing in genetics. It's called
Right.
eugenics.
Yeah.
I was
It's
gonna
different.
say.
Right.
All I know is
it was a rival
if we
of,
mastered genetics,
Apple.
everyone would be black. So,
Because if Apple did it, it would be iGenics.
and I think
Well,
Cameron will
no.
agree with me on that one.
If we could master
And they
genetics,
came out
we'd
of
be octopuses who
that'll be their next
change
biggest
the blood
thing.
flow in our skin cells.
Next from Apple.
That is
iGenics.
mastery.
It's the cell phone that goes in your bloodstream.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That's just
is so
mutant
cool.
ability. No,
That's true.
I had said that if we mastered genetics, everybody would be black.
Mm.
Mm.
At least darker.
I think it
Tan.
would be like Arab.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, that makes sense.
everyone would be tan.
Definitely
because it
not,
would
like,
help to be tan for
Pale.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
There's too
Well,
many,
I mean, it would still be. It would be even. It would the stratosphere of color would be even more stark, because if you were living in
Winter is coming.
Scotland, you'd want whiter skin so that your body could absorb more heat.
True. I was gonna say people do forget that there is a reason for all the
Pale,
different
white
genetic
skin.
factors.
that's true.
Yeah.
We just live
Also,
in America
I dare anyone to...
and are white.
Well,
This is
And-
America.
I was gonna say you do forget that the natives of America were not white
Right.
for a reason.
Well, and
That's true.
also, you know, I dare anyone to go to a Scotsman and tell them they need to be improved.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
I
Going
mean,
well.
it doesn't feel like that'll...
For they may take our lives. But they'll
He
never
not even
take
he wasn't even...
our whiteness.
He's not even a Scotsman.
When we fix genetics,
I think if
even Gabby will hear.
Wow.
I don't like you sometimes.
Oh, she heard me. Yeah.
Go
How you doing
away.
over there, Gabby?
Looking at cat.
Did you find anything new?
Did you find the cat video?
No.
No. Where it went, ah.
Yeah.
I found
That's pretty
a
true, actually.
capybara that looks like me.
Okay.
Hit me.
Wait.
It's a capybara. Yeah.
It's a Gabby bar.
Is it a capybara or is
It's a capybara.
It almost, and from a certain direction, it almost looks like a gibbon.
No. Incorrect.
Isn't that
You-
a bird?
You are
No,
wrong.
it's a monkey.
Ding dong. You
It's a
are
type of
wrong.
ape.
This is a
But-
capybara.
ding dong, you
I don't think it's an ape. I think it's a monkey.
Well, maybe it is a monkey, but yeah,
does have a tail.
Yeah.
it's like a
I
mid-sized
would say it's a
monkey. It's like I think it's about the size of like a baboon. Ape kill ape.
You know what else I was thinking about today?
What were you thinking about?
From Godzilla.
Why do they put some food in cans, like the
Oh, it is.
aerosol cans?
Oh.
You know? Why,
Like-
why
well,
do
like
they
what
do
food?
that? Like,
Are you talking about like Cheese Whiz?
that's not food, Tim.
I was gonna say nothing in an aerosol can is actual food.
Like whipped cream.
I don't know.
Or,
Have you ever
whipped
tasted
cream isn't
hairspray?
food.
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream. Whipped
I think it has to do
whipped
with
cream.
condensing it down. As far as like when it comes to like whipped cream and stuff, it comes to condensing it down into like, and then having a chemical reaction happen as it like exits the can.
Who decided which foods go in which containers? That's the real question here. Okay.
The
That's what I
container
was thinking
mafia.
about.
I'm
And you know, why
I'm
are
gonna
containers
answer Christopher
They should
Columbus.
be square.
Okay, why? Okay, soup's not allowed to be in anything except a circle, and I don't know why my brain says that, but it's true. Like it
Wait.
can't be in like a square Tupperware thing. It has to be a circle.
What?
You know?
You lost me on this one.
Yeah, wait.
Soup has to
She
be in a
said
circle. No,
I
I
get-
heard
I get
her.
it.
I just
No, what
don't
I'm-
get it.
No, so you know how like
I can
don't-
answer that fine for you though. There's not many cup-like receptacles because soup is usually in a cup because you could actually drink it because it's
Why is there
basically
soup in
mainly
a
liquid.
cup?
Right. it's
So
broth with
most
stuff in it.
cups are round. You'd have to I'm sure there are some square cup-like Tupperware, but you
Why
have
do you
to
put
search.
your soup in a cup and not a bowl?
You can put it in a bowl, but if it's going to be to go, you want it to be a cup so it's easier to, eat.
Ooh, like those.
You potentially don't need to use a
Have you ever seen
utensil.
Campbell's
Really
cup
big
of soup
round
and
mugs?
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seen some of
Called,
those.
they're soup mugs.
I know, but that's like a soup mug. That's not just a mug.
That is a designator above cup. You are correct.
Yeah, and sometimes people just put coffee in those,
True.
Yeah, I've seen
I am
that.
one of them.
and they drink like 20 ounces of coffee.
I am one of those people.
Yeah, those people
These people are drug addicts.
they need
Yes.
something to replace the caffeine.
You guys remember the movie The Breakup?
No.
No. What?
Is that with Vince Vaughn? And
Yeah.
yeah.
You know the acapella scene where the dude starts singing at the kitchen table?
I don't remember that. It's been a very long time since I've seen that
I'm
movie.
trying to think of that song. It's
But you know
Wow.
what's crazy about that movie is
You've actually got me. I have no clue what this movie
it
is.
is Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn, and
My
it shows
sister's
this
been through a
couple.
lot.
I will say the one thing that's it's generally interesting because I like those two actors, but it's not like a great rom-com. But
no, because it's
what is
kinda
interesting?
real.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was
It's
gonna
what?
get to Cameron.
It's really real and
It's
relatable. And
because it shows this couple like how they got together, like
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. They like meet at a baseball game, and she's literally on a date with someone, but he just starts flirting with her, and he just keeps going with it. And the guy's like, "Dude, I'm with her," and he's like, "Yeah, okay." And then he just like keeps like talking to her,
He
and
keeps Vince Vaughning.
she clearly likes it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also portrays down, further down, because like, it's like those people who cheat and then starting a new relationship with the person they cheated with. It's always like, it's really hard to trust that person because the way you started a relationship was by cheating on another relationship, right?
Mm.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, it was their relationship started from him disrupting another relationship. So, and they never actually cheated. But he saw that she was like on a date or whatever.
Yeah, he stole her.
And he basically kind of like stole her. Well, and she was into it. I mean,
Oh,
so
yeah, I mean,
he had
when we
better
say
charm
and
than
when we
the
say
first
you steal a
scene.
person,
Right.
it's not slavery. It's just it's
well,
it's
I'm clarifying
Yeah.
that there is volition in there. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the point is the whole
there
point of
was
this movie.
consent.
Yeah, the whole point of this movie is they fast forward through like 2+ years of dating, so they've been together for a while, and then basically it comes to a head, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna break up." But then neither one of them, for whatever reason, they can't like leave their apartment, or they're just too stubborn, so they're both still gonna live together. So they end up doing like a classic thing where they divide like the bed and like the house all with like a piece of duct tape. And just like
they make
kinda,
a line.
Yeah, them kind of like waging war literally in the house and just having issues and all this kind of stuff. And they lead it up like you almost think like, oh, at the end, I found the end to be surprising. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. I mean, it's been out for years, but
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah. So you think that they're gonna end up getting back together, like this whole argument is gonna bring them back together, but no. In the end, they just go, yeah, it's way better that we just split up. And the movie leads you up to like think like, oh, the reason we're fighting together so much is because we want to stay together. And then they end up just breaking up. And then he sees her. They pass each other on the street like it's something like a year later. They pass each other on the street, and I thought, oh, this is where it's going to happen. And nope, he's like with someone, and she's like with someone, and they pass each other, and they don't pass like right next to each other, but they pass, and then they both kind of like look, they look back at each other, and then they just kind of smile, and then they turn back around and they keep walking. And I was like, interesting. Okay. A little more real than the average rom-com. But so it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like what you would be expecting.
No.
Because they actually break up.
Yeah.
They're actually split up, and then they're like, this was a good thing. So yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. What was this movie called?
The breakup.
The breakup.
Can I tell you what else I was thinking about?
Go for it.
So like, I so like at one time like foods that were in like oranges and lemons where they're like in like the shells and have the stuff on them, and people,
I think it's called a peel.
whatever. And people at one time had to go like, I'm gonna open that and eat what's inside. Is there stuff we still haven't done that with?
Human skulls.
No, we've done
People
that.
have done
that.
that.
We've
Dallas,
done that.
those are cannibals and they exist.
Have we
Yeah.
done that?
Yes.
Cannibals.
I have
exist,
never
man.
done that. Have you guys
Okay,
done that?
you may not have, but
Oh.
This
Somebody
one time
has.
at band camp.
One time
Yes,
I've been-
Cameron.
Wow. This one time at band camp, we cracked open Jeffrey's skull.
The gym.
Jimmy's skull, sorry.
He was the
Jeffrey
weakest.
Jeffrey was the other kid.
What did you say? He was a flutist.
He was the weakest.
Oh,
He's a
Jeffrey's a
flautist.
Freudian
Same
slip right
thing.
there, bud. Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I would guess that there is probably food that is edible that we have not figured out is edible.
Where is?
Like rocks.
No.
No, I
How do
think
you
the number
know?
one food that America hasn't really embraced yet, that is the one
No. It's not
sustainable
embracing,
food source,
discovering.
is bugs.
Yes. I'm with you there. It kind of grosses me out, but
Yeah, well,
It's a little gross, but it's
But
there-
see, but
there's
you
so
know,
much more
but
food
you
and
know
bugs
you
than
can
we-
eat the bug.
Yeah.
Like at one point
mean
somebody was just like
nutrients.
that yellow thing. I'm gonna crack it open. Oh, it's sour. Like
Yeah,
Now
people
all
did
of a
that.
sudden you have a lemon.
I
Like,
say people did a
thinking
lot
kind
of
of
that,
chicken
and then
first.
they died because it wasn't
Yeah.
edible.
Yo, okay, wait, hang on. before people knew about allergies, what the fuck were they thinking? They're like, peanuts are fine except when
juju.
when Johnny 20 dies. Like,
Well,
Gabby, I hate to tell you this, but before they figured out that peanuts were an allergy, a lot of kids died.
well, I think
no.
there's theories that there were a lot less allergies back in the day.
but
That,
when
like,
they start realizing,
See,
like,
but that theory I think is
Oh.
negated because we didn't have the ability to identify them.
well, there's that too.
So
well, like for
there were
instance-
less reported things
and
because
that's one of those common arguments.
Johnny ate peanuts and salami and he died of the vapors.
Yeah.
You know.
You
No,
had
only women
doctors
died of
prescribing
that.
I know
cocaine
only
for-
women had the
No,
vapors, but
the
I'm
kid
saying
died of consumption.
right. Yeah, he
Yeah.
died of tuberculosis B,
Yeah, that's the best
the kind you eat.
tuberculosis.
the kind you eat.
That's why it's called
Yeah.
tuberculosis B.
Yeah,
Best tuberculosis.
it's the best version.
Yeah, that's the one that Doc Holliday had. But
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, no, that's the same. There's a similar theory about they go, oh, like cancer is rising, and that's why we have more pollutants and all these kinds of things, and they're like, no,
I just think
it's
people
not rising.
think
Like
it.
we just didn't know that it was called cancer back in the day.
Yeah.
We knew that people died of things that were relatively unexplainable.
We knew people died.
So
We
So-
knew
I was
that-
gonna say, one of my biggest again thoughts along this lines is people are because I've heard that argument a lot where it's well, why are people just all of a sudden being gluten tolerant and lactose intolerant and have peanut allergies and all this stuff,
yeah,
right? Why is it all of a sudden they're just
Yeah.
making this up or whatever?
right.
And then you go and look, you're like, as we've discovered things like that and started treating things like that, the lifespan of humans has just only gone up.
Right.
And so it's like, clearly we're doing something wrong. And like, even in that, again, we're doing something right. Whereas back in the day, we just didn't.
Humans are living longer.
I mean,
We're doing
it
something
depends
wrong.
on your beliefs.
It's
Dog.
I mean,
evolving.
Zach's not wrong.
Yeah. but like, you look back and you're like, oh, well, the life expectancy wasn't, wasn't 85, whereas,
Right.
as we get older,
I think
it's gonna move
recently
closer
started
to
going down.
I think
Yeah,
maybe,
COVID
yeah.
helped.
I think as we get
Not
into
very
that
much.
age, it'll be pushing 90. Like,
Yeah, no, that's a fair.
but anyways,
yeah.
just the point being, like, I think definitely people back in the day had the things and they just died, and that's what dropped all the average numbers in life
Yeah.
expectancies.
Yeah.
Let
Well, I
me
mean,
tell you, as somebody who has a lot of allergies and intolerances and things wrong with my body, my favorite question is, "Are you over that yet?" And I'm like, "Listen, if
are
I
you
eat
better?
that-
Are you better,
Are
Gabby?
you over that yet?" And I'm like, "Listen, I would love to just
To be
eat
over that.
all this stuff:
She wants all the gluten.
gluten, chocolate, peanuts, like dairy, all of it. Give it to me." And then there's like,
Give it to me.
they're just like, what was my favorite one was, you're just telling yourself that you're intolerant of it. And
Right.
I'm like,
It's your mind making
huh?
your body reject it.
Hey,
That's what that
mind
is.
over matter.
Right. She's a
I'm
Jedi.
so glad
Yeah.
when I drink this milk, my brain tells me that shit. My
Yeah.
hands.
You
I
gotta.
love
You know
milk.
what though, Gabby? You have an incredibly powerful mind.
Mm.
It's able to control your body in such a really unique way.
Well,
yes, it's like, if we get one drop of the
Yeah.
good medicine stuff that's supposed to help us, penicillin, which is a major helpful thing to society, guess what? We're gonna fucking die.
I had a friend in
Wow, you
elementary
really have to
school.
reverse the psychology on that one.
Like, my
Yeah,
brain is
wow.
so big, you guys.
Wow.
No, but
That's a
to,
galaxy.
to
brain
this
right
overall
there.
point though, something
Yeah.
something that I did a lot of research.
I wear my medical alert bracelet for fun. I'm enabling myself.
She's enabling herself with her medical.
Hey, there are people called casters who literally just wrap casts on themselves so that they can get attention.
That's another issue.
I thought casters were
those
like-
people end up in Gabby's office.
There's also another. I was gonna say there's another group of people that should also, but the casters makes even more sense because you're like, oh, you get a cast. You walk up to a hot girl, be like, oh, I got a cast on. You know, you're like,
I
Yeah.
never thought of that.
I was gonna say it's
You get a
just a
puppy.
thing, right? It sounds like a Barney scenario to hit on girls from How I Met Your Mother. If you ever watched that.
Yeah,
It sounds
no.
like a scenario he used. In fact, I think there was a scenario where he was like, he pretended he was injured. To
Can I
talk to
tell you
girls.
guys my favorite
But-
one I've heard?
Hold on. Before you say that, let me say this. So there's a group of people that's even more messed up mentally than that, and they literally call themselves trans-abled people, and they will be handicapped
Yes.
just because they want to be. So they'll
Correct.
just be like in a wheelchair and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, what?
yeah,
You
I mean,
identify as disabled?
Dallas, if you could do that, if you could, walk around with crutches and then get a handicap spot permit.
You
Would
can
you
get
do
those in
it?
America without crutches.
Oh, I
So
know,
I
I'm
was
just
just saying.
I mean,
No.
can I identify?
They
as
don't
a
do it.
superhero?
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm
Yes.
saying is, these people. What a
Tim,
big
you're
fuck
a
you
teacher.
to like
You're a-
anyone
you're
who's
a-
actually
you're a hero to
disabled.
society.
Wow.
They just
That-
just be like, oh yeah,
That warmed
just
my
like
heart.
just like how anytime we camp, I can never unthink this because I heard it for a joke thing from Jerry Seinfeld one time, but he was like, yeah, what a big F you it must be every time that homeless people see regular people go camping. Like, you think this is just a joke? Like, you do this for vacation? Like, this is my life, Same idea. Anyway, I'm sorry, Gabby. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, no, because I've heard of that and that's really messed up.
Yeah.
My favorite one, just like
It's just-
from like
yeah.
in the like working like in the mental health field that I've heard, is this one guy, and he was to get this girl's attention. She was at a funeral in a cemetery, so I started sobbing in a nearby grave
Oh my god.
to get her attention. And I was like,
My dead girlfriend. That way, she knows.
My
you're single.
dead ex-girlfriend.
and I was just like,
Oh.
did it work? He was like, well, no.
Well, no. Yeah.
So what did
I
we
was gonna say,
learn?
whoever thinks of those scenarios is not a long-term thinker.
Hey,
Because
No,
you're
not
like,
at all.
It's sad and pathetic when it doesn't work. He would have been a legend if it did.
but it's still not a long-term
Dallas and I are
strategy.
on the same
Yeah.
eventually, she's either going to figure out, or you have to tell her the truth.
Or you have to lie to her
Or you have to
literally
lie
for
to
the
her
rest of your
on
life.
a
Date
daily
number
basis.
3.
Which, why would you
Hey,
want to have a
I'm
relationship?
really glad we're hitting it off because that was a total lie. I didn't know that person. I was just grabbing that.
If you're all that honestly, it might work out for you.
Dude, you gotta wait. You definitely gotta wait longer than
You
date
know-
3.
No,
okay.
if you wait longer than that, you're way too committed.
See,
That's a straight up lie if you keep
First-
holding it in.
first of
I-
all,
it was
Is
a
there
lie
a
from the
different
beginning.
level of lie?
It was a
Hang
lie
on.
from the beginning,
Fucking
Cameron.
technically,
Honestly,
a
I
joke
kind of
is a
agree
lie,
with
no?
Cameron, though.
First of all, I
But
don't
no.
get you. I don't get you guys.
A joke is like an immediate punchline, though. Like, you don't.
No,
What
if,
makes something funny?
if you're not playing a long game for your romantic relationship, I don't know what's the point.
There's a difference between playing the long game and playing the long con.
Okay, yeah, let's
There is a big
Yeah,
difference
let's
there.
I'm
marry
not
the
in for
two, though,
long
for this.
con.
Playing the game is just called life.
See-
And that's just honestly doing everything you have to. So if, like, as a man, right, which is most of the time seen in society, what do? Dave Chappelle puts this in quintessential terms. He goes, a man's test in life is a woman. And he goes, and a woman's test in life is money. And he goes, so as a man, if you get money, it's a win-win. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, it's perfect. So that is called playing the game. So you're like, well, I got to do something to be able to provide and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And any normal human being, male, will tell you, in North America at least, or any, I will say, pretty much developed country, they'll be like, yeah, it's true. I want to provide for my family. It's the way that we've been instilled. I get it. I mean, gender aside, you do want to provide for your family. So
Right.
that just makes a whole lot of sense, right? And everyone will go, yeah, that makes sense. And it is something you should do. That's called playing the game. Now, playing the con, and especially playing the long con, is knowing you're going to lie to this person and knowing that there's going to be some kind of payout because you're lying to this person and doing it anyway and doing it for a long time.
Right.
So I guess what you got to ask yourself is,
Is she close enough to death that I can go for it?
if she's an
Married
aged,
girl.
if she is an aged
Anyway.
millionaire widow
Oh,
who's like in her 80s,
Hey, all I'm saying
I say
is
go for
Queen
it.
of England is single now.
that's not even a long con. That's just
No, that's a short con.
that's just get married. That's not even a con. That's just put in your time, and it's very short. You know what I mean? People do that all the time.
That's just putting in
Melinda
your time.
Gates. She's about to be single.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I saw that. I was so sad. I was like, wow,
You
that
know?
just it kind of saddened me. But
I just keep seeing. Have you seen the meme of Bill?
no,
Oh.
I
Bill,
haven't actually.
Bill.
No.
Different Bill.
Let's just say the Queen of England is recently single.
Correct.
And Bill Gates
Is
is going to be
coincidence?
single soon.
No.
Coincidence?
Match
I think not.
made in
Hell, yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
in England.
But it'll never.
Yes, the next thing Bill Gates needs for his ego is
I
to
don't know,
become
man.
royalty.
That seems like a hell
Yeah,
of
the
a
funny thing.
twist
That's
to
the funny thing, though. He
No,
doesn't even
see-
seem like an ego.
See,
We're,
kind
we're,
of
we're
guy.
missing it.
No,
we're
he's a
missing
pretty
it.
good dude.
There's
He
no.
seems pretty-
There is no way
You're always gonna have
now
a little bit when you're that big.
that the royal family will let another American into the royal family. That's
You're
not
right,
going
we
to
already got
happen
one
again.
of them, an actress, no less.
We got one of them, and then
real-
we got
the
him to
real pro-
leave. Like
I was gonna say
they're not going to
they
let that
kicked him
happen
out.
again.
No, I thought they rescinded their
Yeah.
crowns. Yeah, they actually
Yeah.
chose to
Yeah.
not
The
be.
second,
No,
the
no,
number
no, no.
two
Dallas,
Prince of
let me-
England,
ready-
stepped
I was gonna
away.
say, they chose to rescind their crown.
Yeah.
It wasn't really an option.
I was like, because
It
he
was the
married
royal
outside.
family was kicking them out.
Well, let's be honest. His older brother was going to get it anyway.
But that's not the
It's-
point.
It's the fact that they're no longer part of the royal family.
Yeah.
Like they're basically like excommunicated from the family, less because she's American, more because she's not white.
Right. That's the bigger reason.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh shoot! What's that called?
She's like half.
What from your parents?
Is she half?
Was she?
Is she half black? Does she have like a white and a black parent?
I think
Is that what she is?
I think our grandmother.
I mean, that's weird that I'm. Anyway,
had some color.
Yeah.
that's what it is. Because she's not very.
No.
She's not very dark or anything,
Yeah.
so I never even knew.
Emancipation.
But yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's more along those lines. And
Huh.
I mean,
Well, that's
they're
weird.
not going to let that happen, especially
Well, the son
especially
was
to
also.
their queen.
I'm just saying,
like they're
the son was also a redhead. I feel like that was the true
I
crime.
mean, they were both redheads. One just went blonde in later life.
By
Smart.
choice. That's big.
That's
brain.
by choice. In fact, he chose. His brain was so big, he's losing his hair. That's how big his brain is.
That's how you know.
And let's be
ginger
honest,
gains a soul.
Let's be honest. The older brother what's the older one? Is the older one Harry or the younger one's Harry?
I think they're both hairy.
No, they.
No, actually, they're
Funny.
both going bald.
Yeah, no. The
All
older
that
one much
inbreeding.
much quicker.
You can be bald
But
and still
let's be
hairy.
honest. The older one
Usually, if you're bald,
and
the
his
hair is
wife,
elsewhere.
they look more regal. They look like a
Beagle?
like a regal. Like they look like a when I remember when their wedding happened. I just remember when their wedding happened and his wife,
was
and I remember
there.
thinking she looks kind of like a princess to me, like an English prince. Like that's what I would imagine. You know? What I
Yeah,
mean?
I know. I mean, you just look at who they've allowed to marry their princes,
Mhm.
their darlings from Diana.
Dirty Diana.
No,
Ooh.
dead Diana.
Oh, I was making a Michael Jackson.
I
joke.
was making a reality joke. That's not the point.
Tim's
Uh,
not here to laugh. Tim's here for the facts.
Well, no,
I'm here to spit facts.
if you look at the royal family, they're
Bars.
two darling princes.
Yeah.
The one who's the heir,
Mhm.
he marries a commoner. She had no noble lineage.
But she was pretty,
True.
and he
Are
knew
we
her
talking
since
Diana
college.
or after
Her
kids?
sons.
And
So-
and he knew her since college. It was a long relationship. It was-
Right.
it
Yeah,
was-
yeah. I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying she's a common blood.
It was like if Romeo and Juliet were smart.
She's a muggle.
It's not even close to Romeo and Juliet.
It's close.
No,
No.
no, it's not.
How is it not? They were not from different worlds. They came together. They met each other.
They were not in Italy, and they were not of equal houses.
I thought Romeo and Juliet. Oh, they were
No,
of equal
Montagues
houses. I
and
guess.
Yeah.
it's-
Capulets were.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just saying, different worlds.
Generation.
And Mulan.
Wait, Mulan.
Yeah, actually, it is Mulan.
It's Mulan.
Yeah,
Do you guys
Because
remember?
Harry the whole time was a woman.
Milan is how you say it. But That's where they're from.
Do you guys
Oh,
remember
Milan
that,
and Minsk.
that one movie adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, and the main guy looked like the dude from High School Musical?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
Oh,
Zac.
Is
Zac
it like
Efron.
the early 2000s version?
Zac Efron
That
did
showed, like,
Romeo and
little bit
Yeah,
Juliet.
but it looks just like him.
Oh,
interesting.
I don't know.
I know
No,
Leonardo
the Leo
DiCaprio.
one is really
they did a
good.
modern one.
I mean, I know Jet Li did one.
what?
Yeah, Romeo Must Die.
Okay, that's not.
The Leo one I actually
The
really
same
liked. It
thing.
was good.
It kind of is the same thing. It's just a little different. A little kung fu.
Nice.
Scotty doesn't
That's not.
even-
Okay, you telling me that my scenario is more
Hey,
fit than that one.
I'm just saying, like 10 Things I Hate About You is Taming of the Shrew.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah,
Your mom is
we know this, Tim.
Well, no, you know this, Gabby.
tame.
Okay.
Don't tell Scotty.
Quick fact check. So Meghan Markle is
Yeah, the actress who
The
married.
actress.
Yeah.
Who did she marry? Harry.
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 So who's the older one?
William.
William?
Oh, William. Oh, I'm an
Right.
idiot. Thank you, Cameron. Fact check, bro.
So
I
Appreciate
don't
that.
know things.
her
but
father
But
is
you know
white.
that.
Her
Yeah.
father is white, and her
Uh-huh.
mother is black.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay, it is. Yeah.
And this all started because of an interview she had with Oprah, where
Right.
she was on an interview with Oprah.
Oh.
Yeah, and the
they
whole meme where it's
totally
like, were
come
you
out.
silent or were
blasted
you
her.
silenced?
So-
And everybody was like, oh.
At least from what I see, they still
Yeah,
have
the way
their
she said
title
that.
of royalty. They
That's
haven't
pretty
been.
powerful.
They still have their title of royalty. However, the big thing that she brought up was that the royal family was questioning because the royal because she is pregnant. Okay, the royal family
Ooh.
was all
Virgin
questioning
that?
on whether that son Archie
what?
would be born with dark skin and how they didn't really want that because he would be royalty, a royal male of the royal family.
Right.
And he
So
would
they
be
rescinded.
white.
They rescinded
He'd be
his.
entitled, yeah.
They took away his being a prince, his title of prince.
They said they didn't want Archie to carry the title of prince or to be protected by security as a result,
What?
which she
Yeah.
implied
Correct.
was also due to Archie's mixed
They're literally
race.
like, he's black. Get him out of here.
Correct.
Yes.
What the
I-
fuck?
I mean, it is.
That's crazy.
It is the monarch.
It is the monarchy.
But that's. I mean, gosh, that's. Yeah, I had no clue.
So yeah, it's
Jeez.
wild.
Have you seen her?
yeah,
I know what she looks like, yes.
yeah.
She's gorgeous. I mean, I feel like you'd just be like,
I mean, he's a prince. He better punch high. You know.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That's crazy.
There is little else in this world that allows you to punch. Like,
he needed, dude,
like
but
5
he-
or 6
he
points
dude,
ahead of you.
It was a perfect. You want to talk about genetics? It was the perfect move for Harry. He's a redheaded ginger. He's like, how do I get my kids away from?
okay, that's
this
just
thing?
redundancy right there.
No, this is genius. He's like, how do I get
no,
my kids?
I mean, redhead
Tim,
and ginger are
yeah,
the
we
same
got that.
thing.
yeah.
Anyways.
No, I'm double stating it for how horrible
I was
it
gonna
is.
say you gotta put
You
two nails in
redhead
that
ginger. Anyway, so he was that, and he goes, "How do I make my life better for my children?"
one. Put a little.
He
Put a
sees
little brown in there.
put a little coffee in his cream, and he
Okay.
goes,
No.
and guess what? His
No, I
kids.
think you're putting the cream in the coffee.
Oh.
I mean, just- I mean,
Cameron's right.
I'm just
gonna
saying,
be
it's perfect.
accurate.
It's his children
No.
are gonna thank him, and I again couldn't go better. Look at her. She's gorgeous. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
smart move. Fuck his grandma. Is this his grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his grandma. It's you know why?
It's not. I mean, it's not
Crusty
just
old
her,
bat.
but yeah.
It's cause
Oh, actually, no. Great grandma.
great grandma. That's right.
Or wait, I'm trying to remember now.
Yeah, I can't remember either. How old is she?
Bitch is 200 years old.
Yeah,
No,
so-
yeah. His,
that meme. It's just like
Harry's grandma, Archie's great grandma.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, but yeah, you know why? I think it's because you told me though, because she's German, isn't she?
I mean,
This makes way more sense now.
She does have German ancestry.
There you go.
Yeah, that's hard to get
I'm
away
just
from.
saying, you want to talk
That
about?
is hard to get away
Yeah,
from.
exactly. And you want to talk about mixing into the crown? You weren't English. You came into the crown. You were German. You weren't even the same nationality. That's
I mean,
get an
technically,
American,
technically
half
speaking,
black,
there
half white girl
there is-
with like perfect representation.
there
of
hasn't
what
been
it-
there hasn't been a bloodline of royal Britain blood.
Yeah, yeah. Actual British.
Actual
blood.
Britain blood.
Yeah.
hasn't existed for centuries. Because you've had the Normans and the Saxons come in and take over. So you've had French blood and German blood.
So it's all muddled.
Yeah. It's like the English language.
But
So
it's still
they're-
all white.
So you're saying they're all that? So J.K. Rowling's series on Harry Potter is actually all about the royal family, and that's why they're actually mudbloods.
No, if anything, they're...
I don't want to give her that much credit.
Yeah, no. If anything...
I can't give her any credit. She comes out every 5 seconds on Twitter.
If anything,
and
she
writes down another
she
fact
used
about
children's
them.
books to quantify and qualify racism in England.
Yeah.
And didn't realize she was doing it.
And then tries to claim that Hermione could have been black,
Right.
You don't know. And it's
even
like,
though she
okay.
describes her as a white-faced girl.
Yeah.
Freckles,
Like the
correct.
first book.
She has
With freckles,
Yeah.
correct.
She has
What
pale
fucking
skin and
world
freckles.
Could Hermione be black?
A good question.
J.K. Rowling's.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
It's
Emma
one of those things
Watson,
where-
what?
In
You get to a certain
retcon
point-
world that is J.K. Rowling.
No,
It's
you
one of those
lose.
things where
Yeah.
your idea of
Yeah.
a world or whatever has gotten so big and out of hand,
Mhm.
You
and
don't have
to a
control
point
over
where
it. Yeah.
to a point where so many people have taken it and adopted it and loved it and all kind of agree on this one idea of what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's not yours anymore.
No.
Yep.
It's the fans and it's
Yeah.
everybody else's. And so you don't get to just say things like that.
Well, no. Well, the problem is no one's going to
Because-
agree because the canon that you've even written
right.
disagrees with what you're saying now.
Also, it's
so
one-
And
I'm
even
telling
if
you,
it does agree, like the fan base is what gives
it life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gives
No,
it.
you're
I
right.
will and again, I will say
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
a
yeah,
movie
you're right.
as a very rare thing to have a very successful movie franchise based on a series of books,
Yeah.
because that is super rare to have something that's actually good film wise as
Yeah.
also books wise.
And I'm gonna take it a step further.
And-
a movie series more than 3 movies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I say very successful to lead into spin-off movies and masses of toys and whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
The only other 2 movies to do that are Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey
What about Lord
definitely.
of the Rings,
50
dude?
Shades of Grey definitely sold a lot of toys.
Oh.
ew.
I mean,
Anyways, with my point on Harry Potter, like
Imagine going to Toys R Us.
No,
I want the
after-
new 50 Shades of Grey toy.
the amount of people that
Dallas, your brain is a sad place sometimes.
Hey,
no, it's okay. He doesn't realize Toys R Us went out of business.
that's why it went out of business.
it wouldn't carry the line of 50
They
Shades
chose
of Grey
not
dolls.
to. Yeah. And then the queen shut them down. She's like, "How dare you not carry my favorite line of toys?"
yikes.
That was
Anyways,
not even
going
a
back to my
close
point
to
on-
an impression.
Going back to my point on Harry Potter, just especially when you have this movie franchise where the movies started coming out before the books were even done.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people were still watching the movies. And the amount of people that were introduced to the franchise because of the movies and then go in and read the books.
I mean, that's me.
I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hermione is Emma Watson. And Emma
True.
Watson is Hermione.
True.
And there's going to be a very few select fan base that doesn't imagine while reading the books Hermione as Emma Watson.
Yeah.
And so
why-
it's one of those things where you can't just go, yeah, she's black, when they have this big, huge, like this picture of in everybody's mind
Right.
of what she looks like.
And
And,
I mean,
it's an
those-
agreed look of what
orange
she looks like as
curls.
well.
Wow.
Right, and her big
That
curly hair,
bushy
like
hair.
And
It's
I'm
Leviosa,
sorry.
not Leviosa.
It is the movies that have schismed away from this for me, but I really, really, really have a hard time having Jude Law be young Dumbledore. It just doesn't make sense in the Fantastic Beasts
What if we made
spin-off
him
movie.
gay?
I haven't-
I stopped watching.
What?
Stopped
If we
watching
made him
after
gay,
the
does that
titles
help?
had Harry
If
Potter.
you make
in
him
it.
gay, that doesn't really change anything because he's British. It's hard
Does
to
that
tell.
Oh, I thought that was the same thing.
We're gonna double down on
Yeah.
Brits. Okay.
Uh,
No, but my point is, in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, he's this snappy dresser who likes to wear nice clothes,
General Kenobi.
I don't know where General Kenobi
What?
came from. Anyway,
That doesn't seem like a Dumbledore.
he doesn't.
It's
Well,
not. And-
because you look at Dumbledore
Yeah.
in the Harry Potter series, it's not even close.
and I think
It's hard to see an evolution.
the amount
like
of
that.
people.
There's a huge
the amount
jump.
of people that are fans and watch the Harry Potter movies compared to the Fantastic Beasts series
Mhm.
is just next. Like it's not comparable.
It's
No.
not.
So it's
really
what it,
not.
it's just it's a cinematic thing. It's a money grab. Those movies are just like a hey.
Well, I
give
mean,
us more
Johnny
money.
Depp's like 5-second show in the first Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts. Like what a money.
You're like,
grab
oh, it's
right
Johnny
there.
Depp,
Oh, yeah.
and then you didn't.
And yeah,
Right.
It was like I remember thinking that when I
Right.
finally watched it.
Yeah,
and just think
so
he got
it's
paid
like-
for that whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyways,
It's a
I
job.
think it was my unconscious going, man, I wish McGregor was in it instead.
You were thinking Jude Law. No, I'd rather have Ewan McGregor. Give me Ewan.
Correct.
I'm actually in agreement with that,
General
Gabby.
Kenobi.
I would rather have General Kenobi.
Wouldn't it be
as
so much
Dumbledore.
better?
Yeah,
Like if we're it's already bad. We're already acknowledging that it's bad. It's a sad time.
true.
Couldn't it be a little better?
Could be a little better.
Couldn't it be a little? Well, I think most people would prefer a Scotsman over an Englishman.
Fair. Yeah, probably.
Just saying.
General Kenobi.
I'm not
Wait,
sure
and
where
what?
Gabby's
Like,
coming from.
yeah, what is the accent? Like, who are you imitating right now? Are you being Grievous?
Yeah.
Eh. General Kenobi. Like, I've never heard that
It sounds
character.
like one of those green dudes with the yellow eyes that was controlling the drones. Like you know that had the
Oh, you mean the
black
Trade
robe?
Federation dudes?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
those,
can see
yeah.
them.
No, they go, General Kenobi. Oh,
yeah.
that's how they talk.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
accurate.
Yeah.
just like saying
You know, General Kenobi. You know, that's like the closest thing to Grievous that I can pull off. Because his voice is completely
well, yeah.
put through a filter.
Like obviously I
No
can't
one
do
just
that.
did that voice.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with Darth Vader's. You know, that's James Earl Jones's whole career has been through a synthetic voice. It's not his real.
is that his whole career?
Yeah, his whole.
I
whole
cannot agree with
Yeah.
that.
I was just
He hasn't
thinking
even.
Like
I was gonna say, I think
he's had
done-
a career
he's
that
done
is
more than
far
that.
beyond that.
No, I'm saying his whole career, his voice has been synthesized.
Oh, every single part he's ever played.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was saying.
I see.
Yeah.
He's saying
He's just walking around with a synthesizer.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
his-
He's saying we've never heard his real
We've
voice.
never heard his real voice.
Yeah, okay.
The-
What about on the Big Bang Theory?
No,
'Cause I
he's
think
a
I
synthesizer.
haven't watched.
I
that.
mean, regardless, if you watch any of the old movies that he was in when he was young, his voice is super deep and exactly like that.
That's what I'm saying. The whole time. It's
No,
been
when they
fake.
didn't have the technology to put a filter over his voice. He's,
Tim.
That's why.
Tim.
See,
Tim.
But we're in the
Those are the
Matrix.
lines that you believe.
see, big.
those are the lies that I
See,
believe.
Tim,
Yes.
Big
Don't
Globe
believe
has
the
got
ones and
you
zeros.
believing
Big
their
Globe.
lives.
Big round globe has me believing
Big
in a lot of
Globe
things.
has you believing their lies.
Big
dude.
round
big
globe.
round globe,
You
tiny wishy
think-
brain.
Yeah,
You think
I have fallen into the trap
that we
that
didn't
my
have synthesizers?
that my surrounding
that
flat
James Earl
earthers
Jones's
have not,
voice is real,
have not fallen into.
and that the Earth is round.
And that Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein killed himself.
No, I don't believe that for 1 second.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on with that. I haven't heard any news.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gabby, you all right there? You having
No,
technical difficulties?
never okay.
That is a fair assessment.
That sounds like a problem. That doesn't sound like the sound of an okay person. Sounds like the sneeze of a grandma.
Oh, didn't sneeze.
What?
So do you guys want to hear what happened after I was naked with Justin?
Oh,
Not
yeah,
really.
right. We still haven't finished that.
So a sheet was the only thing between he and I.
Then you weren't naked.
I was under the sheet.
Uh-huh.
And then he began to remove the sheet. And then he took a very hot, burning,
Oh, so this is
coal-
operation.
Yes, very similar.
Cool.
Took a very hot, burning coal-like structure, and he brought it close to my skin.
Did
And
you just say a whole like structure?
No, you weren't listening properly. And
Said
so,
he brought it to the hole.
yes.
What hole?
No.
No.
And he brought it closer to my hip,
Okay.
and he held it there for a while until it was warm enough. And that's when he began to work it with his fingers.
Just to clarify, this was a brand, and if we were to look at it, we would see the logo of the masseuse embedded into his skin.
Yeah. And so basically,
That makes sense.
yeah. Although Zach, you just gave away my story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
But-
spoiled the ending.
That
Whole
was
build up.
insane.
This whole build up for like 2 hours. Yeah. No. And so anyway, yeah. What it ended up being is my friend, the masseur, and he was working on my hip, and I had a very deep cramping muscle, and it's been like that for a little while now, weeks, and it got very painful this past week, and so he worked on it, and it hurt a lot, but it's getting better. But that's the reason I was naked, alone in a room with my friend who is married.
And if you were disappointed by that story, go ahead and log into our poll. Let us know if we should let Dallas tell another story.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies.
Exactly.
Take it to our first sponsor of the night, Rice Krispies Treats. Snap, crackle, and pop your way to delirium with Gabby.
Yo, Rice Krispie treats are so good.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Can you eat those?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, no wonder.
There's this condition I remember talking about it at the hospital where you get air under your ribs,
True.
like your skin, and you can press on their chest and their skin, and it sounds like Rice Krispies. Just
That's,
Yo, you're a human, like.
Oh, I
material.
have heard of
Yeah.
that. Yes. I
That's
know what
frightening.
you're talking
Yeah,
about, actually.
it's bad news
Yeah.
too, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
can't imagine it
Pop
being
Rocks?
good news.
Mhm.
Pop Rocks were awesome.
Pop Rocks and Mentos.
I've had a bag,
Those are
a
both
small bag of Pop
perfect
Rocks
things that blow up in
in
soda.
my underwear drawer for the last
That is.
I have
kinky.
one question.
9 years.
Why?
Yeah,
I don't know that that's a question.
I will save that
Why
story
is the
for another
question?
time.
I was right.
But
I
there
see
is a story
This
there.
is the thing I was talking about that you do.
The what? Saving a story? Do you really want to
Never
know?
mind. No.
It's a simple story.
Now I don't want to.
Now you don't want to?
Yes.
Yet you were upset that I was going to hold off?
Because you do that.
I hold off on stories? Well, now there's like actual reason too. You know, you got to have good stories for each session.
I was gonna take off. so
Wow.
I kind of
That's-
want to hear the story next time.
Yeah, now she's mocking me. Yeah. No, I'll hold off on that story. Hold off on that. The Pop Rock story. We'll hold off on that one. Thanks for joining us, Cameron. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being
Anytime.
our friend and guest of the show tonight. Tonight, there were no royal children harmed in the making of this podcast.
He was harmed on the inside.
No eugenics experiments were conducted during the making of this podcast.
Not during the making, but before and soon after. So we're gonna see what we can make.
No, I have to correct you.
Prince
We're gonna
Archie.
see. We're gonna see who we can make.
We're gonna see who we can make. Exactly. We want to finally see a dark-skinned person in the royal English family, and that's what we're gonna do. So,
Sounds good.
thanks again for joining
I
us. This has been Tim, Gabby, Zach, our guest, Cameron, and of course myself, Dallas.
Where was
We are
that?
signing off. Have a good evening,
Lovely.
and don't forget to tip
You're waiting.
your Uber driver.
And spade and neuter your pets.